Hey guys, welcome back to the campaign. We're face to face with a genie, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with him. I don't know if we're gonna wait and see what his reaction is or what. But before we get started, I just wanted to say, I have another note over here that wandering monsters, when you encounter them, they get to attack you first. I gotta remember that. Those wolves should have had an attack on me before I just wiped them out like that. No big deal, it's my home game. All right, let's decide what we're gonna do. So on a 1, he'd give us a quest. We're already on a side quest, so I don't think we're interested in anything like that with him. Number 2, he would be friendly, and then the rest of it, we're gonna be fighting. So I think the choice here is clear. I think we're gonna rush this guy. So he's a level 6, flying boss, 5 life, 1 attack. He also gets an additional attack against anybody with a shield. He gets to throw a lightning bolt at anybody with a shield. So that would be Brunor. It says that they're cowards and they're always considered subdued when they would flee. So when I make a morale check on him, I could actually take control of him. This book has subduing creatures. You can basically like take some of the animals and ride them. Or if I subdue him, maybe I'll make him fly me around. I'll make him carry me. That would be super fun. In that paragraph, it said, see note 3 when he's subdued. A subdued djinn will grant the party a single lesser wish in exchange for freedom. The wish can be used to gain a single luck point, create any non-magical treasure, or single piece of equipment worth 100 gold or less, a scroll, single permanent effect that gives a +1 to a save. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's get this on. We run up on the genie. Wolfgar is going to try to maul him. The djinn's a level 6, so I need a 6 or above to hit. I have +3. I get a 5, that's a miss. Drist is gonna use his 2 swords, Icing Death and Twinkle. I need 5s. Get both of them for 2 damage to the djinn. Brunor needs a 4. Automatic miss. Artemis is gonna use Sharon's Claw. Needs a 4. That's a miss. It's the genie's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna be Wolfgar. The genie's a level 6. That means I need a 7 to defend. I have +1 to my defense. That means I need a 6. No, that's 1 damage for Wolfgar. He then hurls a lightning bolt at Brunor. Brunor has +2 to his defense, so he needs a 5 here to defend. He's gonna take 1 damage. No, he's not, because he has tough as stone, reduce 1 damage from the first attack of an enemy. Brunor doesn't use the shield to block the lightning. He actually jumps out of the way so he doesn't take any damage. Wolfgar has another rage, but I'm not gonna use it. He's just gonna smash him with the maul. Wolfgar needs a 3. Gets it, 1 damage. Drist is gonna do one of his dirty moves and he's gonna toss Icing Death up into the air and then he's gonna slash him across the throat with Twinkle. He gets +2 when using just 1 weapon, so he needs a 4. Exploding. The djinn looks up as Drist tosses the sword up into the air, and then with his other hand, he just comes across and slices him right below the throat. We gotta see if the djinn is subdued. On a 1, 2, 3, it's subdued. It is. Nice. Do I want this wish, or do I want him to carry me everywhere I go? He can actually fly me around. I would just make him like pick me up and fly me wherever I want to go to. I don't know. I think we'll probably take the wish, but it'd be fun. We are going to make him give us a luck point, which is basically a free reroll or a free escape from a combat. When he does that, the genie vanishes in a poof. Now we got to see who gets the luck point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wolfgar. He's getting the most attacks, but he's getting the most stuff. All right, let's see what's up around the corner. We got a 14. Here's what the area looks like. We come in from the west, and basically we could keep going straight, or we can kind of come southeast Let's see what's in this area. We got a 7. We got some minions. Get a 1. Harpies. How many? Dang, 7. So I don't actually have 7 harpies. And so we're just gonna have to use our imagination a little bit here. But just imagine these a cluster of a whole bunch of harpies just swooping in on us. So the harpies can paralyze you for the entire round. And they're level 7. I don't think these guys are gonna be that easy. Hopefully we can kill off a bunch of them in this first round. But I doubt that because they're level 7. Wolfgar is just gonna start smashing these guys like he always does. He's gonna need a 4. He's gonna miss. Drist is just gonna use 1 sword so he can focus a little bit better and he'll get +2 with it. Needs a 5. He's gonna hit and kill 1. Brunor is going to drink a potion of Brutal Fighter. Well, you get to add your tier, and then because he's a dwarf, he gets to add an extra +1, so he'll get +2 for the rest of this fight. Artemis can't really use his cloak. He can't really hide because their attack is gonna be singing. So he's just gonna come in with Sharon's Claw. 5. All right, exploding, that's a critical. 7. Actually, with his +2, that's a 9. Still only 1 damage. There's 5 of them left. We gotta start making some saving throws. The harpies began to sing. It's a level 4 save, so I need 4 or above. Wolfgar makes it. Drist misses. Brunor makes it. Artemis misses. I'll just lay these 2 down so I remember that they're paralyzed. That's not good. They're paralyzed this entire turn. There's 5 harpies left. Let's see where the extra one goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do everything randomly. 2, that's gonna be for Drist while he's down. His defenses are jacked. These guys are level 7. Wolfgar needs a 6. Takes 1 damage. Drist automatically fails his defense roll for both of the harpy attacks, and they do 2 damage. Brunor needs a 4. He's gonna take 1 damage. No, he's not. He's tough as stone. He gets to avoid the first damage of a battle. And so just imagine some of these harpies a couple feet off the ground, sort of flying around and trying to rake these guys with their talons. And then Artemis automatically takes 1 damage, failing his defense roll. Gar needs a 4. Yes, exploding. Let's get another 6. Let's start running through these. Okay, that is 9, 10, 11, 12. That's still only gonna be 1 damage to kill 1. Let's do a morale check. Get a 5, they keep fighting. 4 harpies left. Drist is down, and so we go over to Brunor, who just drank his potion. He only needs 3s now that he's drank the potion. Gets a hit, 1 damage, kills 1. And Artemis is still under the spell of the harpies. All right, we're over to the harpies' turn. There are 3 left. We gotta start making saving throws. Wolfgar needs a 4 or above. Wolfgar is not fated by their singing. He is not impressed. Let's see if Drist can make his saving throw and get up. He needs 4 or above. Nope, he stays down. Brunor needs 4, not affected by the song. Artemis stays down as well. So the situation over here doesn't change. Those 2 harpies are still attacking Brunor and Wolfgar, and then there's 1 more. Let's see who it goes after here. Evens for Drist. That's gonna be Drist. Wolfgar needs a 6. No, should have used that other dice. 1 damage. Drist is gonna automatically take 1 damage. Brunor needs a 6 to defend. He gets it. He blocks that thing with his shield. Wolfgar is gonna try to crush 1 skull with the maul. He needs a 4. He's gonna miss. Brunor, since he drank the potion, he needs a 3. He smashes 1 and just feathers go shooting all over the place. Kills 1 of them. Now the battlefield is actually accurate. Of course, these 2 don't get to attack. They're still under the spell of the harpy, and it's over to the harpy's turn, and they're gonna start singing again. Wolfgar needs a 4 or up. Yes. Brunor. Yes, those 2 are hardcore. They're not bothered by the song. Drist, can you get up? Yes, Drist gets up. Artemis stays down. First harpy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is gonna go after Drist. Drist just comes out of being paralyzed, like just gets to his feet, and he's already got another one in his face. He needs a 6. No, he's gonna take another damage. The other one, evens for Brunor. That's gonna be Brunor. Brunor's gonna need a 6 to defend. He's gonna take 1 damage. Wolfgar is gonna turn toward this one that is attacking Drist, who is half conscious. He's a 4. Yes, that's exploding. He's getting a lot of criticals tonight. 8, 9, 10. That's gonna be 11 total. That's still only 1 damage though. Killing one of them. And now there's 1 left. Drist finally gets it together and he's kind of gonna charge that one. He's using Icing Death, 1 weapon, so he needs a 5. He's gonna miss. It's almost like he's just still half awake. He takes a wild swing and then Brunor is gonna come in there and try to finish it. Because of the potion, he only needs a 3. He's gonna take out the last one. Artemis finally gets up and gets to his feet. And of course, Brunor is gonna give him some shit. That was a pretty tough battle. Artemis is down to 5. Brunor's at 6. I mean, so I guess these two only lost 1 each. But Wolfgar's down to 6, and Drist is down to 4. He'd be bloodied in D&D. He's halfway. Let's check out the treasure table. Maybe they got a nest around here somewhere. We get a 3. Okay, cool. We get a scroll. So anybody but barbarians can use one. Let's see what we get. Ooh, we get a 6. We get a sleep spell. That is nice, because in this game you can put some boss monsters even to sleep with this. As we're searching around, let's see who finds the scroll. That's gonna be Wolfgar. He's immediately gonna hand it over to Drist. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Actually, before we go, Wolfgar already just used a bandage, and so Drist is gonna use one to heal 1 hit point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna take the north path. 66. All right, here's what we got. We came up through here and then it kind of comes and winds around this way. Let's see what's in here. All right, we got a 9. So Artemis and Brunor find a clue. The other 2 have already got experience points from clues, so it's between these guys who gets it. Evens Wolfgar. Okay, it's gonna be Artemis. I think we're gonna search this area. This die's been bringing me luck, so let's see what we get. Get a 3. There is absolutely nothing to be found here. On to the next one. All right, at this point, I'm gonna start rolling this die. Is the next area the final area? Yes, it is. Let's see what the next area is. It's a 31. So there's D3 plus 1 captives alive here. Let's see. All right, so we get 4 goblins. Here's the scene. We have this cabin way out in the middle of the woods where the cultists are working out of. Got our goblins over there in the cages, and there's some remnants of them, and perhaps they're being cooked in that cauldron right there. A little torture device back there. So now we got to roll on the chart and see who the leader of the cult is. It doesn't have to be like a human. It can be one of the monsters. So for the final boss, you roll it as normal, and then you add final boss trait and dark magic trait, and that's what makes it the cultist high priest. I'm excited. Let's see who this is. And so I'm gonna re-roll if we already have had the result. Get a 4. We have a dark hag, like a witch type character. It's so perfect for this. And here she is. So she gets 2 attacks. This is really neat. If you have a witch hunter or a paladin and they roll exactly 13, maybe with an explosion, it automatically kills the witch. But at the beginning of her turn, she attempts to capture the character with the highest net attack bonus inside her boiling cauldron. I had that cauldron sitting out there before I even rolled on this table. It's just perfect. Once the character's inside the cauldron, they can attack and they lose 1 life each turn. The hag loses 1 attack while she's got a captive in the cauldron. In addition to her attacks, she will cast a spell. She might be pretty tough. Wolfgar's gonna use his second rage. He gets to roll 3 and take the highest one. He needs 4s. He's gonna get an explosion right there. He gets a total of 11, so he smashes her for 1 point of damage. So real quick, let's look at final boss. Always fights to the death. Has 1 additional life, 1 additional attack. There's some stuff about the treasure I'm not worried about right now. And then let's look at dark magic. Save versus tier +2. Success, -1 to attack roll and defense roll for this turn. Fail, lose 1 hit point. So on the start of her turn, I've got to make a save for that and the cauldron. I was thinking, oh sweet, Drist is gonna pull out the scroll and put her to sleep. Right in her description, it says she's immune to sleep. Drist is gonna try to slash her with Icing Death. He's got +2, so he needs a 5. He's gonna miss. Brunor down here on the end is gonna try to hack her with the axe. He needs a 5. He's gonna miss, holy crap. Artemis is gonna try to hide from her and pull his little backstab move that he likes to do. It's a stealth save versus her level, which is 7. I get to add my level, which is 2. He needs a 5. Dang. Immediately, she gets a free attack on him because he failed. He needs a 6 for an automatic. Jeez, that's a fail. She claws him for 1 damage right across the face. So the dark magic is save versus tier. So tier is level 1 through 4. So these guys are tier 1, but it's +2, so it's a level 3 save, basically. Start with Brunor. He needs 3 or up. He gets it. Drist. Fails. Brunor. Gets it. Artemis. Gets it. Drist loses 1 hit point, and everybody else is at -1 attack and defense. Okay, this might be a pretty tough battle. She gets 3 claw attacks, and then she gets to try to drag somebody into the cauldron. Let's see who she goes after. That's gonna be Artemis. Basically, he just needs 6s in order to not take any damage. Okay. Wow. Okay, so he takes 2 damage. Artemis is on 2 hit points. He better activate the cloak next turn. Wait a second. He defended with a 6. He has a ability to where he gets a free attack when he defends with a 6. Trait, lethal dodge. As she's clawing him, he pulls out Sharon's claw and tries to stab her with it. It's a 5, come on. Yes, it's exploding. Let's do it again. Okay. That's a total of 11. It's just not enough to do 2 hit points, but he still does 1 hit point damage to her. A green claw-jointed hand that sort of looks like a mage hand bursts out of the cauldron and clamps down on one of the characters and tries to pull them into the cauldron. Let's see who it is. Oh, that's gonna be Brunor. And it kind of makes sense because he's closest. He needs a 5 or a 6. The -1 penalty is for attack and defense rolls only. So this is a save. It's a strength save. He needs a 5 or 6. No, he gets pulled into the cauldron. He's struggling trying to resist it, but it pulls him in. Wolfgar sees Brunor get pulled into the cauldron and it aggravates him. It makes him mad. He's trying to rage, but he just can't. So he just lifts the maul above his head and tries to bring it down onto the witch. As he lifts the hammer up, though, his arms just feel weakened. And instead of needing a 4, he needs a 5 or a 6. And he misses. He brings the hammer down right next to the witch and pounds it into the ground. Drist is going to use Icing Death. He would typically need a 5 or a 6, but he's got the penalty on him, so he needs a 6. That's a miss. Actually, no, he didn't have a penalty on him, but he still missed anyways. Brunor's gonna take 1 damage. He's being cooked alive in the cauldron. He's gonna try to make his escape. He needs a 5 or a 6. Nope. Artemis pulls the hood up on the Cloak of Invisibility and goes invisible, and then he's gonna make an attack. It's not clear whether the cloak uses an action or not. Most of the items will say it uses a turn. This didn't, I don't believe. I'm not really worried about it anyways. And he's gonna take a swing with Sharon's Claw. He has the -1 penalty, so he needs a 6. Jeez. All right, we're over to the witch. She only gets 2 attacks now because she's got him over there in the cauldron. First thing, we gotta make some saves against the dark magic. Wolfgar needs a 3 or above. He makes it. I almost would rather take a damage because the -1 to hit is killing me. 3 or up. He makes it, so he gets the -1. And Artemis makes it. So again, he gets the -1 to the attack, which is worse, I think. See who she claws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's gonna be Drist. Need 6s. Drist misses the first one. That's 2 damage to Drist. This is not looking good, you guys. Actually, Brunar goes up 1 hit point because he has the toughest stone, reduce 1 damage from the first attack by something. You guys, I think we might have to run. I don't know here, we're gonna have to see. But it is extremely hard to hit her. This is a level 4+ book, so we jumped in here a little bit early, but boy, it's tough. Come on, Wolfgar, smash her with the maul. With the -1, I need a 5 or a 6. I'm gonna roll this other die. Yeah, there we go. Let's do another one. Okay. She takes 1 damage. She's got 4 left. Artemis has 2 hit points. Brunar's got 6. Wolfgar's got 6. Drist has 2. Wait a second. One of my traits with Wolfgar is Berserk Fighting, +1 damage to all attacks for an entire combat. After that, it's -1 attack rolls for 6 rooms. I don't give a crap. That's gonna be 2 damage to her. I forgot all about that trait. And you can only do it once per adventure. That is sweet. Drist, gonna try to stab her. Drist, you need a 6. Oh, shoot, I should have pulled out the magic dagger. That is +1, that would have hit. Brunar takes 1 damage from the cauldron, and he's gonna try to make an escape. He needs a 5 or a 6. He can't get out. Artemis is really considering hiding again, even though if he doesn't do it, she gets a free attack, but the dark magic that surrounds this creature is just so strong, it wouldn't matter if he was hidden or not. Needs a 6 with Sharon's Claw. Dang. I want Wolfgar to fail this saving throw. He needs below a 3. Oh, of course he's gonna make it. So he gets it, he gets the -1. Drist, I need to do that with Artemis so I get a free attack on her, but he's gonna make the save and then he'll be fighting -1, which is actually worse, as I said a million times. Artemis, of course. He makes the save and he's fighting at -1. Who does the witch attack? 2, 4, 6. We're gonna be 3, so that's gonna be Drist. 2 attacks for Drist. He needs 6s. Fails that one. Fails that one. 2 damage. No. Drist goes down. No. Wolfgar cannot believe that Drist just went down. He needs a 5 or a 6 to smash her with the maul. You know what? He's gonna use his luck point. He's so pissed off, he's gonna use his luck point and re-roll that. And roll it with a different die. Yes! Smashes into her with the maul. Let's do it again. Okay, that's gonna be 1 damage still. Guys, she's got 2 hit points left. Artemis is gonna use his turn to reach down and grab the magic dagger out of Drist's boot. Brunar takes 1 damage. He needs a 5 or a 6 to get out of here. He doesn't. He's getting cooked alive. All right, let's save against the dark magic. Wolfgar needs a 1 or a 2. He needs to fail this. Yes, he does. Okay, so he takes 1 damage, but he doesn't fight at negatives. Same with Artemis. He needs a 1 or a 2. Yes! 1 damage. Oh no, Artemis has 1 hit point left. Holy crap. Because if you actually fail the saving throw, you take 1 damage. Artemis has 1. Brunor's got 4. Wolfgar's got 5. Drist is down. Who does the witch go after? Evens. Wolfgar. She goes after Artemis. That's good. He's got +3 on his defense. All right, he needs a 4 or up to block her claw attacks. Gets the first one, and I need a 6 so I can attack her back. Yes, he gets a free attack back because of his lethal dodge. Now he just picked up the magic dagger as well. That's +1. Hey, he only needs a 4. Yes, that's 1 damage. So as she goes after him, trying to claw him and get a hold of him, she doesn't see that he has the silver dagger, and he plunges it right into her gut. Now she's wobbling around. She has 1 hit point left. Remember, he got to attack on his defense, so that's why it's going in the order that it's going right now. Wolfgar, smash her, dude. He only needs a 4. No, that's an automatic miss. With the dagger, Artemis only needs a 4, so he stabs her in the gut once, and now he's gonna try to stab her again to finish her. No, that's a miss. I really wanted him to be the hero right there. That would have been so cool. Brunor takes 1 damage. He's down to 3. All right, dark magic saves. Wolfgar needs a 1 or a 2. Dang it, he makes the save, so he's at -1. Doesn't take any damage though. Next, over to Artemis. Got to make a save. Needs a 1 or a 2. Actually wants to miss the save with a 1 or 2. He's gonna make the save and fight at -1. Damn it. Who does the witch go after? Evens, Wolfgar. She's going after Wolfgar this time because probably of what Artemis did to her. She's almost dead. She's bleeding out all over. She turns away from Artemis and goes directly for Wolfgar. Almost in like a desperate attempt. Wolfgar needs 6s. Misses the first one. She claws him. Misses the second one. Two claws across the face. Wolfgar's got 3 hit points left. The maul is feeling really heavy. He brings it up over his head and tries to finish the witch. He needs a 5 or a 6. That's gonna finish the witch. Jeez. The witch goes down, and the cauldron and the magic hand that is holding Brunor in the cauldron releases, and he sort of just falls out of the cauldron over there. Suddenly in the area, you can hear birds chirping, and the sound of nature kind of resumes. The goblins over there have no idea what's going on. Everybody just gathers around Drist in kind of like a moment of silence. Wolfgar steps forward to kind of take the lead, goes over to the goblin pen and smashes the gate down. Now in this game, it takes 2 people to carry a dead comrade, and he's going to employ the goblins to carry Drist. And they're so happy to be out of the cage that they're glad to do it. They all boost Drist up onto their shoulders. I'm gonna go collect my money for these goblins and my epic magic item. And unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to sell the epic magic item and take Drist to the monastery to see if we can get him resurrected. All of that though will be in the next episode, and hopefully we can bring him back. If not, we'll have to see what happens. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.